you guys?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
And Sawyer Brown, we've worked with him a lot. He's great. They.
They,
I mean,
yes.
He,
Well, I know
they.
those guys real well.
It's
They're trying to give us a countdown, and we haven't shut up
Okay.
yet. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Okay. We're having fun. We're having fun.
4, 3, 2.
okay.
You know, a lot of us grew up on the Beach Boys music. What is the phenomenon of the Beach Boys? What is the magic that holds you guys together after 27 years?
It's fun. It's beautiful in the ballads. It's subject matter dealing with growing up in America, high school, you know, cars, girls, surf, and it still fits today in 1988, I think.
It's like a mini vacation when you hear our songs. It takes you away.
It really does.
In your shows, are you doing original new material as well as all your hits?
Well, we did a song last year with the Fat Boys, believe it or not. It was the world's first surf rap record.
Right, I remember.
And it was #1 on MTV for a couple of months, which was pretty phenomenal considering the competition.
This is #1 in England.
And this year we just completed a new song just a couple of weeks ago called Kokomo, which is going to be in a new Disney movie featuring Tom Cruise. The movie's called Cocktail. It's coming out in mid-July.
Yeah.
So that song Kokomo of ours is going to be in that movie. So, you know, for one reason or another, thank goodness we keep getting these opportunities to do new things and different things, which keep it creatively interesting for us.
When you started out, you didn't have any idea, did you, that 27 years later you guys would still be touring as the Beach Boys?
There's no way. First of all, I don't think when we started out there was any precedent or parallels to what's going on today in the music industry. When we first started out, there were no rock groups really. There were rock and roll stars. I guess there was Little Richard and Chuck Berry and Elvis Presley, and that was it. There were no big rock groups. And then the Beach Boys came along, and then the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, and then that's when the rock groups started in the early to mid '60s. So there was really no way to look ahead in the future and see what we'd be doing.
Wasn't there a mild rivalry between the Beach Boys and the Beatles?
No, it was really between Brian and the Beatles, but it wasn't the Beatles. Brian always felt like he was in competition. Beatles loved Brian, loved our band, but they really loved Brian. But Brian was always, oh yeah, you know, that's good. Brian
Well, I think
likes
creative competition, you know, you always, you know, we were competitive by nature in that we're into sports and stuff in high school. When music business has a certain amount of competitiveness to it. But it's a competition where nobody really loses. I don't think.
right.
It's not like you lose a game. I mean, you do a concert and maybe people have favorite groups and favorite songs, but by and large, nobody gets hurt, and it's a really nice business to be in.
Is it true that the album Pet Sounds actually inspired the Beatles to do Sgt. Pepper's?
Yes.
That's what they say.
It's,
Bruce played in Pet Sounds before
First
Peppers
time
came
I
out.
ever went to England, I happened to take Pet Sounds with me. It wasn't released. Sloot John B was #1 in England, but that's in Pet Sounds, but it hadn't been released in England. And I met the Beatles through Keith Moon, who was the drummer for The Who. And we got together and I played it for them all night. And later on they told us that that album really inspired them to take that big chance and do something as unusual as Sgt. Pepper.
Why are
And
you?
now it's out in CD.
I was going to say, why are you? Are you reissuing the album or?
The album's
The
coming
album's-
out in July on CD.
Yeah. Capitol Records is reissuing that as a CD.
The importance of CD is it's like handing the consumer the master tape. So you hear it exactly the way that the artist and producer and the writer heard it in the studio. It's really important to hear them that way.
You're touring. You're starting an 85-city tour, summer tour, but you've actually never stopped touring, have you?
Well, not really ever stopped 100%. We've slowed down at times. And in fact, this year we're embarking on our new formula, which is to tour mostly between Memorial Day and Labor Day. And we're not going to do so much touring. Ordinarily, we'd be available any time of the year, just about. We'd respond to offers, but now we've narrowed it down to just the summer. And we're taking some cheerleaders with us. The UNLV cheerleaders are going to go out this summer with us, which will be fun. And we have a friend of ours named John Stamos, who's an actor. You know, there's a writer's strike now on television.
Right.
And so John Stamos is not doing his program that he's on now is called Full House. But he's going to come out on tour with the Beach Boys because he really likes
drum.
doing that, and he's going to play drums
So
and percussion.
you'll see us around the country and in Nashville.
Yeah,
with
so
him.
well, it'll be like a fun kind of party, you know, with the cheerleaders and Stamos and
Well, on the
percussion
29th, this is going to be an interesting show because we have Sawyer Brown, we have Miami Sound Machine, the Beach Boys, and we've worked a lot with Sawyer Brown. It's really interesting. That
that's
band,
in Nashville at Starwood, but this program goes all
Oh,
over the
okay.
country.
I was going to say, we're
Bruce.
national,
Start
so,
crying
so
out
go ahead, though.
loud.
Tell me, why do you like working with Sawyer Brown?
well, the thing that's interesting
They're
about
cheap.
them, no, they're not.
I was kidding.
They're professional, they're hardworking, but what I was going to say, they do a great show, and they make these records that are real gentle and calm compared to their show. Their show is a killer. I mean, they make nice records, but you got to see them live. And of course, Miami Sound Machine will be
Oh, yeah.
perfect.
How
Be a
do you-
great night.
How do you keep these hits fresh night after night, as many years as you've been playing them?
The audience, I think, is 50% of it.
At least
They get
the
into
audience
it.
response. The people come to our shows expecting to have a good time, and we perform, and it becomes a party. You know, it really is a
does.
party atmosphere. Everybody jumping up and down at the end when we play the most up-tempo songs. Fun, fun, fun is usually the finale of our show, and that says it all. Everybody ordinarily, unless they're going with a critical point of view, like, oh, let's see if they make any mistakes. You know? A lot of people are critics, music critics, or they're writing for a paper, and those people, maybe they don't enjoy themselves because they have to be there. But for people to come to the shows
Yeah.
just to have a good time, that's what we deliver, along with the audience.
You don't have to come to our show and bring a bottle of Jack Daniels to have a
Beg your
great time and drive home totally smashed. You know, it's just
No.
built into our presentation. It's just fun. You just don't have to just waste your brains at our concerts.
Is Brian going to be a part of this tour?
Sometimes Brian,
Yeah.
Brian
Sometimes
comes
yes,
in and comes out. Sometimes no, and he's been working on the final touches of a solo album, which will be out sometime this summer also. So you know, it really depends. He comes out from time to time.
Yeah.
Okay. They're giving me a rap real quick. Bruce, didn't you write the songs that became
In the 70s, I did. Yes, I did.
Great. I was just checking. Well, I've enjoyed it. I'm going to just forget the rest of the afternoon and go off and find a beach somewhere.
Well,
There
we'll
you
see you
go.
all around the country on the Nashville Network, and
Yes.
we will see you May 29th
Absolutely.
in
Great.
Nashville.
Thanks.
All right.
Bye.